Don't they live like this now?
Yeah.
Mad.
It's
How you don't do now? Waiting this up.
good. I
See
just
my hopefully my sketches don't almost ready.
I
Actually, that's a good. I think that's a good topic. I can start by talking about what exactly this course or this project I'm working on is, and how interesting it is, and how weird it is too. Because
yummy.
to be fair, white people are fucking weird.
Yeah, why
Okay,
people
so weird.
are
Okay, so basically the project is like I said, it's for I don't know if you know specifically what the the London Bridge experience is, and it's just kind of like I don't know what the general term they call all these things, but it's kind of like a scare scare tour where you go into rooms and they just try to scare you. It's different from an escape room, but they try to scare you and they try to give you a piece of history of maybe whatever country it is. So basically, the London Bridge is something like this, and I think they're suffering currently because of COVID. Naturally, something people will go there to do, right? But because of COVID and the mutated COVID-19 in the UK, people can't go there now, and they're really suffering. So what they want us to do is they want us to kind of like design something where people can go in without a tour guide, something automated, something you know that technology can kind of like solve. So they want us to design new three attractions for Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper was this serial killer who killed prostitutes during his time, people who he felt were prostitutes because apparently he hated them. London Bridge, just to give a brief history on what the London Bridge was about and, you know, things that happened during that period. And then the last one is kind of like a clown box. So, all this jump scare with the clown box. So that's basically what we want to do. And they want us to use our imagination, think of things like 3D projection, to create this new experience. Mind you, I haven't seen any attraction of sorts in this world with 3D projection. So it's a big deal. And apparently we're competing, we're in groups. So whoever has the best attraction will get the contract
Mm.
to actually set up his or her idea at the London experience. That's a lot of money, bro.
So I'm very glad you just highlighted that.
My guy will book me.
Yeah, trying to tell me.
My guy will bill me.
You're just say that if you win, if you win, what role have I played in this, and what do I get from you winning?
Hey, you've played you basically give my ideas. You brought my ideas to life in terms of drawing them, you know. So that's like I think I'll say 5% contribution to this.
Okay. I mean, that sounds that.
Yo, man, I had many more sketches, but I didn't just want to put too much pressure on you. So I just give you a small list. Sadly, I can't draw for shit. I can't draw to save my life.
And it's not like I'm looking for them to do some very high detailed shit.
No, not it doesn't have to be high detailed, just something to is it okay if I share my screen?
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, so just something to so this is basically the mirror board we've been working on, and this is the our storyboard for the ideas we came up with. These are the pictures that we were using, to kind of like describe what the attraction. This is our final idea, and apparently we are supposed to have more sketches. What do you say?
Who did all this?
I did. Me and my partner, we did
Oh,
all this. So this is what I was okay. So we eventually chose one to work on. This is like the London Bridge one. These are the kind of like ideas I had for it. I used pictures to kind of like represent what I wanted to use to scare people. This is kind of creepy. And this is the Jack the Ripper ideas because it's dated back to 1888, black and white. This is how prostitutes used to dress back then. He mostly killed in the dark alleyway, and I managed to get this. I took this from Mortal Kombat because I couldn't find, a a body that has been split into half. This is uh apparently, so the Jack Ripper guy left a letter from hell. That's the name of the letter. So I thought of using that letter and something that looks like hell, to just create that
What did
attraction,
he say in
to
his
scare
letter?
people. What do you say?
What did he say in his letter?
Um, and people are not sure it came directly from him. It could be a conspiracy and all this shit. But the letter came along with a kidney.
Mhm.
Yeah, kidney. So,
What did he write in
so
his letter?
uh if you want us to look at it, you can zoom in. To
Yeah,
be fair, I
that,
can't see what he wrote.
I was wondering how it was like that. That shit looked like he could read it.
But there are guys that know what. If I check the internet, you see where they kind of like or kind of like interpreted what exactly he wrote. So this is the London Dungeon. This is the one I and my brother went for. So that's me right there. So this was a dead drop. I don't know how high this
Yeah,
thing
yeah. First of
was.
all, that guy for me didn't go through some major life, some major life issues. The guy don't even, the guy don't even feel out. Yeah, what the fuck is going on in this life, man? This shit is
He's
scary enough.
nothing. This guy on black jacket is doing as if
Yeah, zooming for that guy in blue. And that guy in blue with him. The guy just did very.
yeah, it was sudden. I'm not sure, was it 30 feet? I'm not sure how, but they strapped us in and they just kind of like dropped us. We were bro. And it was so sudden. So as you can see me here, these bastards, they got me good. This is London Dungeon. This is the one I went for. It's different from London Bridge Experience, but it's similar. From based on what the London Bridge Experience guy told us and what I've seen at the London Dungeon. The London Dungeon guys are way better. What they have is way better than what the London Bridge guys have. So yeah, they're in like serious need of of ideas. I won't lie. So yeah, that's basically the project.
Do
Started
you
by
have an idea?
creating mind maps.
Do
What do
you
you
have,
say?
do you have an idea what the other teams have in mind?
Yeah, so we've seen basically what other because last week we kind of like came together and everyone kind of like just kind of like tabled their ideas. Although my team had gone the furthest in terms of storyboarding, but people have good ideas. But I think we have a good chance because we have guys are doing unrealistic things in the
Like,
sense that things they can bring to life, and I think we are staying in the boundaries of what is possible and what isn't.
uh,
So, but tomorrow we'll know more about, who has or who is like kind of like in front. But I think we have a good chance
mm,
in this area. My partner he's from Hong Kong.
uh,
Um,
uh,
but I think he grew up he has this US accent, but he didn't grow up in the US. Yeah, I remember. So apparently, I think there's a school he went to
that's
that
not,
he taught them American English. So I think that's why he has the US accent. But
that's a lot of exposure.
yeah,
It's among the two of you. Of the same two of you.
yeah. So that's basically he's my partner, and he's a decent guy. I like him. He's so orderly. He's the one that made everything. This neat. I know my work that have been all over the place, and I chose him because I felt like he could bring my ideas. I have a lot of ideas, but my major problem is just bringing it down, and arranging them. I just need someone, to help me bring them to life and arrange them properly. And I felt he was the best person to help me with that because he's really organized. So this is the fruit of our labor right now.
Mm.
Yeah. So
I'm,
that's
I'm going to ask you what's like amongst the other things, what's the best idea you've seen from any of them? But person they hear you for comments. So shout out to
oh
them watching.
who
I mean, person name is Youngster or something.
Victor,
Yeah.
my homeboy.
So shout
How
out to
you doing, Victor?
saying this watching. Yeah. So what's the best idea you've heard from?
Okay, so you don't even ask me for my own idea.
I mean, no, you've already told me.
No, so basically what has happened now is we were to come up with 5 ideas each for these 3 different
Oh, I
attractions.
see. I see.
So we are to narrow them to one idea, and we are either going to
No,
pick.
don't hear me your idea yet.
Wait, yeah, no, I'm just trying to tell you how the whole thing is set up. So
Okay.
there's the London Bridge, which is Brownlow's study, and there's Jack the Ripper. So each team is going to pick one of those two and do the clown box.
Okay.
So I have Jack the Ripper, I have London Bridge, but we were eventually put to work on London Bridge because we had a better idea, or according to whoever looked at it, it was a better idea, that we had there, in terms of whatever you see on the screen.
Mm,
So I'm working on London Bridge. I'm no longer doing Jack the Ripper. So I'm doing London Bridge and then the clown box.
mm.
And to be frank, even with the Jack the Ripper ideas that we had for the people that are working on Jack the Ripper, there isn't, I don't think, I can't recall any idea that, really hit me. I think my ideas were better, to be honest. And I really wanted to do Jack the Ripper because I felt like once you do Jack the Ripper, it's going to be a walk in the park. Because the other 2 guys that are working on London Bridge, that basically competing with me and Kelvin, they consist of someone who I was considering of teaming with. You get, so it's this Russian girl, Masha. She's a creative genius. So I wanted to work with her. So I'm competing directly with her and
You
this
can stop
other.
sharing the screen now, by the way.
What do you say?
So you can stop sharing your screen now, by the
This shit
way.
is creepy, Abby.
That's because
Uh,
you haven't really been talking about it.
yeah, so that's basically what's going on. So it's good that I was able to get that off.
Mm,
Hmm.
okay. So how you doing, man? What's going on? What's going on?
I've been all right, man. I've been all right.
Mm,
Nothing much. COVID is still happening here. I think, although there's a lockdown, but there's no lockdown. Like nobody gives a fuck. Everybody's going out. But
mm.
we don't have the regular things like luxury of sitting and eating in a restaurant.
Going to watch
Obviously,
live soccer.
exactly. Clubs. They were even contemplating of using clubs as vaccination centers.
Mm,
Actually, for the devil. You get, so that's basically what's been going on. Life hasn't been easy here, man. But small with the push on.
mm.
How about you?
I'm good.
Let's
I'm
say I'm
good.
good.
Try to that transition from um college student to
Mm,
life.
big
So,
boys. But
yeah.
the thing is, you don't see life already now. So
I know, obviously,
all
but
this one shouldn't be difficult for you.
yeah,
You don't
but
see them already.
just like more set myself up to not to
Mm,
start to move with speed.
fair enough.
Everything is still everything is coming together. So that goes first.
So I think my biggest question, am I okay to ask questions?
Yeah, yeah.
I think my biggest question is, so like what's next for you? Like what do you have in mind? Is there
Mm,
anything that you have in mind, any road you're already set to go down on, or you're
mm.
still in the thinking phase?
Whatever I'm waiting for is never my thoughts. My thoughts will continue to my thoughts will continue to thoughting. But everything else is okay. For example, just more me waiting for like immigration situation to be very much in a much more favorable state. I mean,
Hmm?
um, looking forward to the things I filed for and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, this period of waiting and waiting for everything to click and align is is already me inching towards the things I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm getting the ideas of what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm already working on them, doing my part to make sure that at least it's starting and moving the speed I think I should be moving in. Because sometimes I'm like,
Mm.
okay, maybe I'm going too fast, or I need to relax and just be more prepared with where I'm trying to go. So that's why at the end of the day, I'm cool. Like,
I know, right?
I'm cool. This period, you just I recommend that this period is supposed to be just a lot of self discovery and a lot of just learning how I'm supposed to move forward.
Okay, so 10 years ago, 2010, I don't think we had met 10 years ago.
Nah,
No, 10 years ago was 2020. No, we had met 10 years. This is around the time we met.
first in 2011.
2011, yeah. That's so this is 2021. So 10 years ago is
Yeah,
2011, right?
yeah.
So we had met. So 10 years ago, would you say that if someone told you that you would be where you are today?
Oh, hell no.
Are you serious?
Hell no.
So you
Yeah.
felt like
It
if
was gonna
you
be
go to see finish from CU, you do NYSC,
honestly,
the
I can you imagine your life would be if you were doing the whole NY if you're saying like I'm waiting
yo, bro,
now you're waiting for
bro.
a job, now yeah.
No one.
My life that would be my life in a totally different direction. I won't even be like who I am. Like the way I think, who I see,
Yeah.
I'm the same person. So
I think 10 years ago, I don't know if I'd seen Reflection dance on stage, but I think 10 years ago, if I had seen Reflection dance on stage, I probably was thinking that maybe I'll be on say at that stage, man. Doing my audition. That I won't lie. I don't know if anyone was like me, but actually saw a career in dancing. I really saw it. I felt like, man, I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. I thought I'm going to be an entertainer. I'm going to be dancing, and I really wanted to, chase that dream. But
mm,
you don't dream about stuff like that in Nigeria.
I
You're
mean
not allowed to.
it even shows how different I am from you because I know it's a possibility. Of course, they watch on they follow people now. I know it's a possibility. I had the attitude of and nature happens to me. That was a very cool life to me. I mean, it looks
But deep down, you knew.
dance. But I mean, even though if someone was like, "Ah, could let's do that," I'm like, sure. I had a drive for it, but looking back now, I realized that I didn't have. There has to be some very radical ginger you have to have for you to say, "I want to take this out of my life." From
Now,
high school.
see something. I knew that dreaming that was almost illegal, to be frank. I knew that it was next to impossible, but I felt like the difference back then was, just put your heart into it,
Mm,
just believe it. That was the drive. But deep down, I knew more. First of all, I had the Nigerian condition to cross.
mm,
I had my parents to cross.
mm,
The first two, those two alone are, man, to cross those two is like using your whole life to do money retry, I swear, because it was next to impossible. But I don't know, I still wanted to believe. I still wanted to
mm,
believe because I felt like for once in my life, it looked like I was good at something.
mm.
It felt like I was good at something, and it felt like, yes, this is something that I could do. Well. Now if you ask me, I'll tell you, bro. Highest they happen. But I think what I want to do is I think I still want to set up like a studio where I can, hire dancers, and give someone who wants that opportunity, give them the chance to leave it because I really wanted to leave it, but I want someone else who wants the opportunity. I want to give them the chance to leave it. So I think I can still do that in my position I am right now. But as for me, that ship don't sail already. We don't old. Even up until I traveled, I was still having it at the back of my head. Okay, so maybe if I finish school this year, I won't turn 30 yet until like, after like 5 years after. So I'll finish school, I'll do masters, I'll get a stay, I'll quickly go and say together.
You can see how quickly can do something as if I have forgotten that there is pre-audition. I have forgotten that the stages. You say how quickly can do something. Oh God.
Dreams, man. Dreams. But I think today I'm happy where I am.
Oh, of course, definitely.
I'm happy where I am. I'm happy where
Definitely.
I'm happy where I am at the end of the day. So
Mm.
I don't think I regret the journey I've gone through because the journey has made me who I am today, I guess. So
Period.
period. Period.
Period. It's almost like there's so many parts. There's so many parts to fulfillment that you're just not aware of. All you know is the one you're on. You just like the one you're on will be sure because that's the one you know more of.
Yeah.
There's so many parts that something could happen and you may think, okay, I'm thrown off the path I'm supposed to be going on. But you just put on another path. And that path, if you navigate it well, you'll be successful either way. So
Yeah. I think like we were talking about, one of those notable talk meetings we used to have when we're still on Instagram. When we're talking about what is success and what is happiness, and how, people have different levels of their success. There's a certain point you reach and you know that yes, you've achieved something, and someone may reach that point and be like, man, my old success is higher. You get so it's kind of like something like yeah, I won't say I'm 100% satisfied where I am today, but like more the road I am is the proper road, and I'm not swaying left and right, and in a way, I know how bad I wanted to pursue my dreams when I was still in Covenant, and I know that I okay, I may be good, not like contradicting myself, but my mom played a big role in where I am today. It sounds weird because I was against her all those years. I felt like, oh, blah, blah, blah. No, nothing, nothing. Even the program I was doing that brought me to the UK today, there was a time it was like a 2 year program. There was a time after 1 year, I had a fight with my mom, and I was like, see, in fact, safe, I'm not doing again. That I'll go and I can't remember what I said I'll be doing. Yes, I can't remember. One business like that. We'll talk about multi-level marketing later because that phase of my life was another serious phase.
you actually
We go reach, we go reach that side, bro. We go reach there.
I totally forgot about that part of your life.
We go reach that side. So, like, I was really like, see, I'm not doing again. That don't worry, I'll go and do this thing. Don't stress me. You get? I didn't want all that nonsense. But nowadays, I'm here and I'm like, huh. So if I didn't listen to this man, that's how I've just been in Nigeria, doing or struggling, trying to make life happen, trying to pull something out of. And in a way, I thank God she didn't give up on me.
Mm.
Like she said countless of times she was going to do, probably because she was angry, and parents just see things sometimes that they don't mean when they're angry. And
Mm.
I'm glad she didn't, because she played a big role. I'm here today because of everything she did, even if they were unorthodox methods, you get. But at least I'm here. And I don't know where I would have been if I decided to choose the path I wanted.
Mm.
It may have been gold, but I don't know.
Mm.
You get. So at least for where I am, things are good. And that sums it up.
Mm.
That sums it
Shout
up.
out to Yinka, IG, Bisola. Bisola said, Bisola said market attendance for for my 1 or 2 fans. Guy, the last game. If you haven't watched watch the last video. The
The
game.
game nights, right?
Guy,
I wanted to be here, but I don't know. I was so busy. By the time I realized that it was like three in the morning already,
guy.
so I couldn't do
Bisola and Bumi specifically, they're just killing me.
it.
They're killing all of us in the comments.
Don't worry, maybe you put me on the roster for the next game night.
No, I go down and down. Maybe I will get like once.
Oh, yeah, it'll be good. It'll be fun.
But guy, onto that thing you're saying, even looking at like because you were talking about like having those kind of dreams in Nigeria, but then that's what even makes me respect people that have that dream in Nigeria and are pursuing it.
Yeah.
Guy, then
Uh,
all of them
and BJ West Side.
from the popular
I
one, the not
I
popular
saw
one.
them. I saw them and BJ in Spain recently. And BJ and I think what's his name, Yemi.
Mm.
They were dancing in Spain, doing their thing, and I'm like, these guys have gone a long way, man. And they started from Nigeria. I remember when they went for Peter's
That's repeater.
dance with Peter, and we were laughing at no, and we were laughing at them. No, no jokes. It was funny, sha. But they started from scratch, and it was a dream they chased in Nigeria. To be fair, I don't think it's Dance with Peter that got them where they are to where they were today. To where they are today.
What do
I
you
don't
think
think
of Springboard?
I okay. So I think Ambij and Yemi already knew each other before Dance with Peter, right?
Yeah.
And I think I'm not sure if they knew Tom Tom and LD
I feel like
RIP.
the website even exists by then.
Did they exist?
I feel like it did.
Maybe they did, but I don't still believe Dance with Peter. Maybe the only thing Dance with Peter helped them do was meet more people.
Okay.
Because I think that's where they met. I think that's where they met LD, because LD was on Dance with Peter and Tom Tom too. I think that's where they met some people, and but I think the fact that they were always putting out content there, dancing,
We used to talk
releasing,
about content.
they were just releasing, doing what they loved, and that it was their own kind of like hustle in Nigerian version that got them to where they are. They started dancing with big pop stars in Nigeria, dancing with all these celebrities, entering music videos, and before you know it, to be honest, I don't know the logistics, but they're here in the like they're traveling around the world and dancing. I think prior to BJ, I think Tom Tom was on a tour with someone. I can't remember the artist, and he was in countries, and they're making it big with dance in Nigeria, from Nigeria basically. So
Yeah.
it wasn't illegal to have that dream. It was just
But them
who
having it
had in mind.
but that's the thing. Them having it told me that these people have a ginger that I
It was
think I thought I had
who
like
had in mind.
even someone like Dami, yeah. Even that someone like Dami. Like
He's
Dami.
growing.
Yeah. I'm like,
It's this thing you're saying. I literally saw when I saw his videos. I think he posted a video recently, and I'm like, that's how it starts. Before you know it, this guy too will start getting deals.
he's already
Before you know it,
getting deals. He's already
he's getting
getting
small deals now. But before you know it, he will grow big,
yeah, he go yeah.
and he'll travel out and he'll be
And
dancing.
he gives me a lot of respect for him, to be honest.
Yeah,
So it's like,
he deserves it.
and he also makes me feel proud because I'm like, yes, as well. I
It's why
played
it's why it's why I keep telling
him loving dance and sticking with dance.
it's why I keep telling my brother Ori,
Yeah.
because Ori is trying to pursue a career in effects, graphics, and cinematography and all those things.
Oh, yeah,
He's trying He's working on a lot of big things. He's starting from scratch, and I keep telling him, yo, just keep putting your content out there, keep improving, never shy away to put your content, no matter how stupid you think it is. Let people laugh. At first, they will laugh. I mean, we don't laugh when they made a shake leg for Dance with Peter. We laughed, but they kept on doing what they knew how to do best. And today, that they're where they are. I kept telling people consistency is key, and that's one thing I know I failed to do in my life. Back in the days, I haven't been consistent with anything that I wanted to do. After I do it for like a period, and once it starts getting tough, I just quit because man, fuck this shit. That kind of thing. So I keep telling him continuity. So Dami will be fine. I know that Dami will be fine. At the end of the day, it's safe to say we just didn't have the mind to
Well,
say
it just wasn't for us, to be honest.
exactly. Because if you look at it, I'm pretty sure if Ambi J was with my mom, he would fight against her to do what
I
he
mean,
wanted to
we
do.
don't even know what they went through or they're still going through.
Exactly. We
Even
don't know.
that means in his house, facing
And it brings me back to this whole dream thing. I think there is no wrong or right choice. I just feel like it's what you can make out of it. I don't feel like, yes, you may regret decisions, but I think whatever decision you make, the potential for that decision to be a good one is still there, if you think about it. But it's only a wrong decision if there was a better option for you to have taken. Do you get? A wrong decision is not a wrong decision unless there's an outcome. I don't even understand what I'm saying. My guy don't agree with me.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
No, but let's think about it. What makes a wrong decision a wrong decision?
I'm like, I understand what you're saying, but I feel like you're defining it strictly from how we perceive things. I feel like you should be defining it because you know better than what we perceive as human beings, which is that everybody has a path by God. God knows the path everybody's supposed to take.
Okay.
At every
If you
point in
put
time.
it if you put it that way, then yes, you are right. If you put it that way, and like there's a right way. But still, if you think about it, it's not like okay, maybe if you remove the fact that you pray and Holy Spirit gives you direction, if you remove that fact, you don't know which part is the right way until you actually take the right path that God wants you to take. Well, I'm hitting blunts.
And that's yeah, making sense. But then that's why even control make it like you do the Holy Spirit direct me and order my steps because then you're like, okay, tell me this. I don't go and gamble and maybe this one. And even when I think I think I'll show me the way, I'm still asking him help me to continually do this. I'll keep me on this path because I don't take a chance I'll do something do one rubbish to throw me off. Or I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's something to any like when people even us when we get wherever God is taking us, when we get to wherever the height of our heights, and somebody is asking us about all some things we've gone through, some unfortunate situations we've gone through, and we're having the attitude of honestly, I'm glad those things happened because I won't be where I am today. I feel like if we could have that feeling at that point in time, having seen the whole path, then we could then say it's almost like everything was by design. Me making these mistakes, I was meant to make these mistakes to nudge me this way for me to. You know what I'm saying? So
fair. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But then,
oh yeah.
No, I was just saying by the end of the day, like, it's continuity that is just the key for all these things that people do. Just it's kind of like not trying to be a jack of all trades.
It thought of it is sweet. See, you want the proficient and everything.
True. That thing when they say jack of all trades, master of none. It's kind of like it sounds good, but it also means that you're not perfect at anything.
Mm.
It also means you're
Or
not
you're more
good.
perfect in some things than other things.
No, but most of the time when people use that statement, they're trying to insinuate that
I feel you. I feel you.
you're just tricking your head in everything. You're not good at anything in particular, you get.
Yeah.
And that's the birth of that sentence in the sense. So like it's just better to be good at one thing than just at least I know this thing, I know this thing,
Mm.
I know this thing,
You don't specialize.
I know that one too. It's not going to take you anywhere.
You don't
Nobody
specialize.
wants half knowledge of everything, No one wants that. So just be good at something. And I think ride that wave, let it carry you to the top or carry you to a comfortable place before you start to spread your wings. That's how these things work. You see Elon Musk now. What did he even start with? But the reason why was it the neural link? I can't remember. It's all fuzzy in my head, but the reason why he started either Neuralinks or SpaceX, or sorry, I think Tesla, was because he was running out of funds. And he gets a new source of to fuel to pump into one. I can't remember which one he did it, which one came first. I'll check it up later, but
It
I
was
remember
like
reading.
it was like he had to throw all his eggs in one basket.
Exactly. You get, so he started to branch out. Now everybody feeling like, he just woke up and he wanted to open this. He wanted to open. No, I believe he had one clear goal, and every other thing that's come to life from his hands have all been influenced by that one goal.
Mm.
You get that. That's how it should be. That's how it should naturally be.
That's the
Yeah, so
That's the
I can't remember which of it because I know I looked into Elon Musk a lot, and right now he's working on traveling this speed travel with rockets. So he's planning on using his space rockets for, traveling. So you could travel from the US to London in like 30 minutes, sorry. So you would launch into orbit from the US and land in the UK in about 30 minutes.
Mm.
The logistics haven't been down, but trust me, it's a plan that he's working on right now. If you Google it, you see it. But imagine that. That'll be the fastest transportation on the planet, like
That'll be interesting.
in history.
And the fact that it's only him that's doing at least that we know that's doing it. But that's
Yeah.
but then you start having competition and then I don't know. I feel like my major issue. Just don't know saying himself because
We'll talk. Opinions are free.
I feel like my major issue with anything is that there's always competition. So and competition just creates a mess.
Hmm.
Because my reason for thinking that flying cars may never be a thing, it sounds logical because you think it shouldn't just be your car that's flying. As scarce as planes are in the world compared to how much cars we drive, as scarce as planes are, and as multi-dimensional as the air is, like space, not the ground, not like actual roads, as multi-dimensional as it is, as you're not just accounting for traffic in a linear fashion like we do with cars, but have up, down, side, left, X and Y and as you got it, you know what I'm saying? But there have to still meticulously planned air traffic,
Hmm.
meticulously planned like plane routes and all. So imagine if flying cars, that doesn't make sense how flying cars going to be a major form of transportation because there'll be more cars and then there'll be and then accounting for that kind of traffic doesn't make sense.
It'll become hectic. I know that's true, but I would still say that you should never underestimate the power of the rapid growth of technology because in as much as yes, that may be an issue, I can guarantee you a technology would appear that can solve that problem, which would now enable your flying cars to move around easily. That's just how technology works. It's going to grow at a rapid rate. And I don't know when it's going to happen, but like, I mean, it's already growing. But I think I was talking to someone recently, and I was like, the person was like, why am I studying, or why am I in the field, the IT field? I'm like, now we're the ones that will lose jobs last. Because when technology starts sweeping jobs in the nearest future, we will be good now,
If
at
anything,
least for the time being.
getting more opportunities. If anything,
Exactly. At least for the time being. And it's just facts you get.
it's
That's
fast.
how fast technology is growing. And that's why a lot of people are plugging into IT,
Yep.
because things will change later in the future. Technology will swipe away jobs, people will become jobless, and times will just be really hard. So I never underestimate technology. I feel like anything is possible. And if I could take out my subconscious mind, and put it somewhere so that I can live long. I just want to see how far technology will go, like in the future. I want to see how far technology will take us. There's this saying that we don't know what World War III will be like, but we know what World War IV will be like, because it will be sticks and stones all over again. Do you know the amount of nuke that is in the ground?
We actually have a scary amount of nukes. Okay.
If they pump those nukes, they're going to flatten the earth,
We actually have a scary amount of nukes.
and prehistoric humans will rise again to start all over. And then that war, they'll be using sticks and stones to fight.
We actually have
And
this.
it's just facts. That's how fast technology is growing. That's how fast technology is
I
growing,
mean,
my
some
guy.
jobs are already getting obsolete. I mean, people that work in Walmart, they don't have any job anymore. How many self checkouts do we have?
I saw this ad. I saw this ad. It was about this shop that has no employee, so nobody to sell anything. You go inside the shop, you pick whatever you want. When you pass through this sensor at the entrance, it will weigh what you've carried in a bag, and it will sum up the bill and send it to you in your house.
Yeah,
They've
I
taken
mean, even
taken jobs from Walmart staffs.
yeah, even when I was looking at something like that, you don't even. It's kind of you don't even need to. Nobody's even checking your shit at the door. Just
You
walking.
get
Yeah, ready.
carry what you want, go out. It will measure what you packed,
Yeah,
the weight and everything. Maybe it will scan it in one way, and to just send the bill to your house. We're getting there, and like that, people have lost jobs. A
probably
lot, a lot of
a
people,
lot of people have lost jobs. A lot.
lost people.
Two industries that are just I don't think could ever die: IT and transportation.
Mm,
Those,
true.
those are the two industries I don't think could ever do that. I don't think they ever die just because of how human beings operate, how their needs. But,
Very true.
yeah, now I just found out
Well,
TikTok makes sense.
why did you say so?
Yeah, because I don't know, because normally the TikTok, if you don't have TikTok, the TikTok videos you see are usually maybe some that have been posted on Instagram or Twitter, and we still find them funny and interesting. Yeah, going on TikTok itself, I can understand how people just scroll and just scroll their life away. They won't sleep, they just keep scrolling video after video after video. I can understand.
Weirdly enough, I don't do that with TikTok. I watch a lot of TikTok videos, but they're the ones I come across on Twitter. I don't go to TikTok to just. I don't know why it hasn't hit me like that. I
Yeah.
don't know, it's weird.
Do
But
you know how many
what?
hit me?
Well,
You know what I mean? Daniela showed me this video. I'm showing you. You know what? I'm showing you. I'm not showing you this video. Let me just go to the
this is
page.
my lucky £1.
What?
I said this is my lucky £1. I
So
don't
if
use
you
it to
go
buy
search
anything. What? No, no, it's just my lucky £1. Yeah?
The thing just lost now. Bad luck. This guy. I was like, wait. So you're trying to tell me that I can watch this guy. He constantly puts out kind of content over and over and over again. And then he made me download the app. And then I was seeing funny things and interesting things. So I was like, okay, now, I guess I'm on TikTok now. And the other day I was considering, oh, to be nice if we do this on TikTok. I'm like, oh, so now I think I'll be in a TikTok video.
I think you're just going down a rabbit hole, and the rabbit hole just it affects people in different applications. For me now, it's YouTube. I can go down a fucking rabbit hole on YouTube
I
any
can
day,
go down
anytime.
YouTube rabbit until I feel just physically tired. I'm like, okay, I gotta do something else. I can go down when you're watching videos and then you're like, oh god, that did not suggest. You don't swipe up, you don't see
That suggestion is one of the most
wrong.
annoying things that we created in this planet. You just be seeing videos that you want to watch. You see another suggestion, you want to jump on that one too. You see another just suggestion, you want to jump on that one too. Until you're tired and your eyes are paining you. That's when you be like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a rest.
All right, guy, let me show you this shit. I'm gonna- Guy, I saw the video, but the first few videos, I was like, this is what is under us. This is what, and then I continued watching his videos, and I was like, okay. And I just realized that I should probably have given a warning before I showed that video because I was the guy.
Kai, what the fuck? So is that how his other TikTok videos are like
Yeah,
like
that's what he just
operation?
posts interesting stuff like that from his surgeries.
It reminds me of this Twitter page where is it health something something. So they just post weird medical shit.
Mm.
You know, one guy that has skin that looks like fish scale. You know, weird stuff. It reminds me of that kind of page. But that's interesting. You know, that's interesting. It's something I would want to look at. You know, just out of curiosity.
Out of curiosity, man. The other dad he was in this lady was said she wants her jawline to be more defined, so he was doing the liposuction on her face and she was awake. And it was and he put the video, I was like, she's crazy, man.
Probably local anesthetics.
This was profession.
Yeah.
That is cool. I mean, he's unnerving because that's people's lives in your hands, but that's cool.
He probably used local anesthetics for if he was operating her and she was just awake.
Maybe person slice your face, can't they choke?
I don't even want to see that shit. I say, see, bro, just make me sleep.
I mean, you can't see it now because your eyes are here. He's doing it.
Okay, true, sure. But I don't want to be aware that someone is there doing any fucking shit. Just make me sleep. Wake me up when it's over. I was watching this movie the other day. Day after tomorrow. This movie about one climate thing that happened, and you know,
that's an old movie now.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it a long time ago, but I just sometimes I want to rewatch movies. So there was a guy that he hit his head at one point, and then they dragged him, and then he woke up. Everything was fine. In my mind, I'm like, I want to be that guy.
Like, what?
He hit his head. I think he got unconscious. So they kind of like dragged him throughout the whole movie, and when he woke up, like the whole disaster had ended.
Oh,
in my mind, like I want to be that guy.
That's perfect. Just hear me.
I want to be that guy. Let me just crash. I wake up when everything is normal.
You won't watch people die. You won't watch the world go to shit. You won't pay to
Yo, bro.
If I die in my sleep. If I die unconscious, I want to really be better. That actually.
That guy was the luckiest guy in that whole movie. But that's the same thing. I just don't want to see all those things, man. I don't even want to know you're doing anything to me. Just the thought of it alone is already going to make me feel weird. So I rather not know, man. I rather not know.
Yeah.
To be
So
fair.
the girl that puts gorilla glue in her hair. What are your thoughts? Do you feel bad for her, or do you feel like you're just stupid? This is why you get to be stupid, or do you actually feel bad for
I don't know, man. It's just unfortunate. I think that's how I'll just put it.
her?
I think it's just unfortunate.
But I actually felt, I mean, now she, like as I said today, now they've done surgery for her. She's fine now. Like they took out the glue in her hair.
Mm.
Her hair was there, so she's fine. She actually still has hair. She has a scalp. But that's my concern before. I was like,
Gorilla crew.
this shit. That shit doesn't look like it's moving anything. Like your scalp could be damaged. Like you may maybe not have hair for the rest of your life.
Fair enough.
You might like. I was really concerned, even though I was like, why would you do this? This is stupid. But I was actually really concerned. So I was happy for her when she had the surgery and all.
It's the same energy now with that guy that shook Pepsi bottle. He shook it so hard. And then he opened it up with his mouth. And the whole thing came out from his nose.
No, he came out, so nothing else happened to me.
Nothing else, but he could have died.
Oh, I thought something. I thought something like much more like he almost died happened to him.
He could have died. It's the same energy because, like, why would you do that?
How would you do that?
In your life, you never try that shit.
Was he white?
White guy now.
But this one, now black people can't do
And
this.
it was even so stupid because he shook it. He put a pill inside, and I think the pill makes
Or like
fizzy
mental.
drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it really, gassy, and he opened and just put his mouth there, and the thing just came out from his nose, and was like,
That kind of answer, you got to look around, they got to confused. Say,
yo, you'd be like, what the fuck did I just do? What the fuck
oh, that
did I
was
do? Have you ever had that reaction to something? Maybe you did something like why did I do it?
yeah, I feel if I almost died, I would think that was like
The one that used to happen to me is sometimes I just get overexcited about things, and I don't know, maybe I'll just think like I'm a child again, and I'll just do one funny dance, and then I'll start like, why?
yeah, I've embraced it.
I'm like, why?
It's part of me. See, I do some shit that I'm just like, look, it's who I am. I'm never going to fight.
Maybe I don't do like that cat that was jamming up to music. I'm like, why am I doing this?
I do some shit. I'm just like, shit. It makes me more interested about beautiful because I don't care. I'm never going to fight. Something that doesn't make me start to question my maturity. Question my age. Like this is what's I thought that I'm not childish or well.
Sure. Oh god, this life, man.
But guys, before we're talking about like parts and stuff. Also, let's imagine for a second. When you were in CU,
Mm-hmm.
think about doing the service unit. Was there any other service unit you thought of doing outside the question?
Maybe choir.
Okay.
Maybe.
No reason. If you join choir, how things do you play out? You join choir, you're singing, like,
I'd have been a bottom tier guy then. Maybe I'll just be at the back. It should have just been one of those service units that are just going because maybe there was a policy that they say you must have service
do you
units.
feel like do you feel like you'd have never at some point aspired to at least start to move up to the France?
I don't think you see it's one thing to aspire, it's another thing to have the skill set to take you there.
Mm.
I felt I could sing. Maybe I could in a small way, but I don't think I was that good that I may want to, but I don't think I was that good to get to that point that Tomiwa got to, I don't think I would have been able to get there. Maybe I won't say CUTG. You don't really have one person or a few people standing out in CUTG. To be frank, I can hardly even remember the people that were like the main guys in CUTG. You get?
Yeah, I can remember. I can remember.
I can hardly remember people. Maybe Egride, because I remember he's my family friend, and there was
Even
one time
before
he did one
Eguide
funny.
set, even before Eguide
I
set,
can't, but to show you who can you remember in
I
CTG?
can remember these people that this guy to roll around with.
Maybe
Tolu
some MIS guys.
robotics. Tolu likes to do robotic stuff.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
roll around with some guys that were heavy in servicing. They're heavy in.
And I only knew them as like the heads, these
I need
guys,
them
the
as the one
heads.
that do funny shit, especially this Michael guy.
Yeah, they were funny, fine, but how will I put it? I don't think they had people that I think that you could still see people on lower levels in CTG that did some good acting as good as the guys at the top. There wasn't that bridging gap, like reflection hard and maybe like choir hard. I don't know. I can't just remember some of the people in CTG. It's just different for choir, and that's why I feel like if I was in choir, I'll have just been some guy. Maybe I'll have hustled to join instrumentalists and maybe be beating that what's that drum that I used to call
Unga.
that's I used to wonder what those guys are doing because the praise and worship, the drum guy is so loud, the piano guy is loud, yeah, the guy that be there like this. Yeah, just gotta sit down. Bro, just gotta
Yeah,
sit
just
down.
got sit down.
I don't did anything.
He be like, when they play game, your junior brother won't come play. You can't plug the pad, give him a pad. You could see it.
I swear, that's how it is. I swear that I think that's what I'll have just reached. Maybe the guy will say, no, it's good, it's good. Yeah, just do it. And the guy will be there.
No,
And I
no.
don't used to hear that shit.
I think you do something because I noticed either maybe the way they wired the sound wasn't just optimal, but I've been
Yeah,
to
maybe there's that too, sure.
either guy should stop like this, or you hear something you're like not be talking drum at the building, so not be the guy for Johnson to do something. So you can just try to say, now this guy as some songs they require that extra to do. So you go need the person who go to do the yeah, that's it. You can't use here and tag the job.
I decided,
Yeah, you could spam the drum.
Oh my god.
You could spam the drum, man.
Yeah, but I feel like that's like the highest I would have reached in terms of like standing on that stage if I was in choir. I remember there was a time I texted Tommy Wine in C. I was like, yo, bro, your voice is deep. How are you doing this shit? Because I used to sing when I was in FA, and I felt like because my voice got deeper, I wasn't able to sing. So I wanted to ask him that, how you doing it, guy? Come and teach me. And he actually offered to teach me. He said I should come around, but I never went. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know. I just never went. It was maybe one of those periods when I felt like, I'm this kind of person that I don't know if there are people out there like me that can relate. I want to try so many things. I want to do so many things, you get, and like I want to do them at the same time. I'm doing this thing, but I still want to do this and I still want to do that. Right now, I'm watching this. I'm on Twitch, so I'm seeing these streamers. They basically play games, and these guys are making money, and I'm thinking of it. I want to try it out too because, to be fair, when I was growing up, even when we used to play Halo, I used to fuck guys up. So I feel like I can try this shit, and if it cashes out well, someone pays money. There's that too. Now I'm thinking of this whole horror gig for London Experience. I want to run it too. I'm that kind of person. I just want to do things. And I can't do everything at the same time, you know. If at all, focus on one for the meantime. But
Mm.
I don't know, I'm not like that, man. Everything I watch, everything I see, I want to do it. You get, I want to be a part of it. I want to try it out and see how much success I can get from doing that thing. And it's not healthy. Till today, it still happens to me. It's just I'm trying to, cage it, and it comes to my head, but I'm like, come on, get out. That kind of thing. Come, but it, but it always comes to my fucking head every fucking time, So I don't know if there are people out there that can relate to me, and have that kind of. But I don't think there is, because it's fucking weird, man. It is. So yeah, I don't think I'd have made it in choir. The other groups, they weren't really like spotlight guys now. Prayer meeting guys, which other communion you get, there was nothing really nothing like a spotlight there in the sense, in
Mm.
quotes, because I know that's not what service unit is
Yeah, I was
about.
just about to say that just shows how what our priorities were.
That's not what service unit should be about, but quote unquote, there was no spotlight to those
Yeah.
other ones. So maybe highest, you just have to be somewhat spiritual that they can entrust the whole communion to you, and know that you won't do any rubbish in a sanctified place, even though I believe rubbish still went down in those places, but
Rubbish went down. Rubbish went everywhere. Rubbish went down, man. Everywhere.
so they will do rubbish and then serve us communion the next day.
Rubbish went down everywhere. No, my thing is, I mean, that's fine, but then don't make it seem like you are not doing rubbish and I just set service units that the chief rubbish.
Trying to give trip us.
Don't make it. None of us know I don't rubbish together. It's fine. We can do better. It's okay.
Yeah.
We always try to do better.
I remember one of the reasons why my mom, she used to vex to today, not like vex, but she just remembers because she felt like right from 200 level she should have pulled me out of reflection. But what she says that got her was, I became a dance squad in 200 level, so I used to carry communion. So when I told her that I used to carry communion, she was so happy. She was so impressed. And in her mind, she's like, that's the reason why she left me there, because she felt like, I'm under the, and I'm carrying communion. I'm pretty sure when I told her I carry communion, she had pictured Winners Chapel, like the main tabernacle, the way those guys, the way those pastors used to carry the communion, be doing like this. How they are serious. She pictured me like that, carrying all this shit. And she thought, yes, this is where I want my boy to be.
Oh, good.
Oh, God.
That's funny, man.
But even that whole communion thing, after like two Sundays, man, I got tired.
Yeah,
I
you know
got
what,
tired.
that's so sad because that looks like everything's totally different from whatever you're doing most of the time. Which was sweaty, I carry laptop, and just
And hoopsing.
oh god.
Oh my God. Those times are fun times. Fun times.
Where do you think you'd be if you just very normal traditional thing to see you graduated?
Oh man, I believe.
Let's say 3 point. No, let's say not even like first class, just like let's say 3.5 GPA, something just regular.
I would have looked for a job somewhere, I'd have gotten a job somehow, I've nowadays I talk to a lot of my friends, even though they are not where they want to be, but most of them have jobs, at least, even though they complain about, but they have jobs, and in my mind I'm like, I don't put it past myself to at least get a job, so I believe, yes, I definitely would have had a job by then,
Do you
and
think you'd be
I'd
married
have
by now?
just be living in one apartment
Do you think
trying
you'd be
to
married by now?
here.
Do you think you'd be married by now?
Nah, I doubt. If the whole marriage part has nothing to do with my experience in life. I just think it's just the way I am. I don't think I would have been married by now. I don't think I think the way I've
Even if you're in
lived,
a very comfortable, it's like you had a
yeah,
place, you had
I don't
money.
think I'll be married. I feel like I've lived under the restriction of my parents for so long. I've been away from home for a year now, and I'm not feeling it because maybe I'll start feeling it after like 5, 6 years because I've lived with those people for long. So I don't think I'm ready to be under the restriction of someone else. In a sense, marriage, I don't think
Don't
I'm
forget it.
ready.
Mama, they try something the answer. He said, wait, no, I mean, not like we're being caged or I'm being, well, you know what?
But you get the drift of what I'm trying to say. I don't think I'm ready. I don't want to
Oh, that's funny, man.
for so many reasons, not just because of the relationship bands. I just want to be on my own.
Mm.
You know, and it's fair, man. I've been under
Yeah,
I've
very
been under rules for so long. I haven't had the liberty to think. Another reason why this whole job thing is a little bit hazy in my head is because my parents didn't give me that chance to hunt. Do you get? They didn't give me that chance to hustle. Let me put the word that way, in the sense that I was always caged. I couldn't go out. If I go out, I had to explain. Even there was the time my guy Yinka was living in my estate.
mm.
I wanted to go and stay with him, and my mom was like, "Okay, tell me where he is." And I told her I did everything, and you believe this woman, this thing wants to let me go. And I'm like, this, you said I should tell you now. He's here. Do you get? And she didn't still let me go. So I believe that I won't have actually known how well I would have been able to hustle in Nigeria.
Mm.
Yet, although I don't know if hustling in Nigeria would prepare you for hustling in the UK, because I can guarantee you the hustles are completely different. But I can just say that I'm clueless on what my life would have been if I was still in Nigeria,
Mm.
because I feel like I would have had a slow start in terms of hustling.
Mm.
Other guys, people like Iswags, that were already, basically not under the influence of their parents maybe even right before he finished this thing. He was already like leaving his house. You get, he was already hustling. You get, and he's someone that I know he will survive anywhere. That guy will survive any fucking way. He will survive and he will live. You get, so I don't. It's a little bit hazy in my head, but I know I'd have done NYSC last. I would have done it, and one way or the other, I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. That's why I'm not. That's another reason why I thank God for where I am today. If it was that all these things didn't work out and I had to like end up back in Nigeria, and I had to start from scratch, man. Things for done tough. Things have really been tough for me.
Mm. I believe you.
Things have really been tough for me. So, hey, we're here. Let's
Yeah.
make let's make good use of it. That's all we can do.
Yeah. And you know another thing I've learned? I've learned that we're not even out of the woods yet.
No, yeah, like I said, I'm not where I want to be. I'm still on the road.
Yeah. We're not even, because I feel like something you may think, oh, I remember this really tough period in my life that today I skilled. I'm in a better place now. I think, okay, everything should be fun. So it should be smooth sailing. There will be
It's not going to
challenge.
be rosy from here on. We're
Nah.
about to enter the point where we're not even we're about to, we're already at the point where we're going to start having real life issues.
Mm.
Real life
Right.
issues. Not, ah, I feel the CSC
Right.
212 and my mom is going to kill me. Those are baby problems, but
That's the biggest problem.
the problems
And
that people see
that,
today, they wish they had those problems, those old problems.
yeah, those are baby problems. Life issues. Just the amount of issues that can come from just finances. Just that alone. And that just one spare of life. Just that alone.
Yeah.
Other things.
Yeah.
Crazy. But one point in your life, your issue was that you have been out of the house since 10 p.m. Oh, God, where you go. Oh, God.
That's what I will tell my mom. What excuse am I going to give her today? those are life problems. I remember when I spilled the second time in Covenant. God, that period I was doing okay. This period is a very funny period. So right before I spilled, that was that Ultimate Cycler period. I don't know if you knew about Ultimate Cycler.
Mm-mm.
So Ultimate Cycler was this pyramid scheme that came to see you. It's an application that was outside, but somebody brought it to see you. So you give the person on top of you 12.5. You get 4 people. Those 4 people will give you 12.5 each. You get the money just keeps going up like that. So Ultimate Cycler happened. I cashed out like something cash at that period. but people but people lost money. A lot of people lost money. But after Ultimate Cycler, there's this other one that now came up. One stop that works with Bitcoins. And me and my friends were already like, man, we were like 5. This one was different. You join, you pay the person on top of you 0.03 Bitcoins, which was about 6K as at the time. You get but it works with Bitcoin. And we were like 5, me, Yinka, Edora, and some other guys. And this is how all these pyramid schemes or multi-level marketing things work. When they give you the lowdown or when they preach it to you, it sounds so rosy. It sounds so sweet.
Are you sure?
Your mind.
Honestly,
No. If you are you only have your eyes opened after they've slapped you at least once.
or you've heard that they slapped somebody.
Or you've heard and you've
Yeah,
seen
well,
clean testimony that they've slapped somebody.
it's
If it's the
interesting.
first time, you are hearing that shit, it
Mm.
sounds so sweet, and you think that you turn into a millionaire in like 2 months. That's how it sounds, and that's how they will present it to you. So they told us that period. I now found out that I was going to spill, and it's not as if exam had not finished. How I knew, I had attendance issues with this course, and I went to meet this lecturer to beg for attendance around 7 in the night. They were still in staff in CST, and I ran there to go and beg for attendance. And I begged this man. He said he can't do anything for me on that. I should apply for. I should defer.
No, but honestly, why people like this? Just at least you can see the situation. Just you won't die. Just be a human
The
being.
guy said I can't. He said I should defer. So that day, I went back to my room. I was thinking about my life.
Try.
But after like one bowl of Indomie, I just said, okay, you know what? I'm just not going to go back home. This multi-level marketing thing that me and my guys are about to start, it will cash out in like 2 months, and I'll just leave the house, And we started, we started pushing this thing. We started pushing it. This was not too long after the Ultimate Cycler thing.
And then you now go and say, Mom, you say, I have money now.
That the whole school thing doesn't matter. Guy, it was so delusional, but at the end of the day, I realized it was desperation at that point in time. Something to just, I was so scared, that period. So we started the whole thing, we tried to push it, and as you start going deeper into this multi-level marketing thing, reality begins to set in that, bro, this thing is not what you thought it was. So when I realized that I had to leave with the current situation I was, and I was at home, that's why I was like, okay, fuck this shit. I have to look for money or somebody to pay in Covenant University. Guy, this was one of the worst periods of my life because these guys you see you now used me to play. I've forgotten his name, Mr. Something. So we spoke to the guy through somebody. It was like we should give him 50K. They will sort it. So we first gave him the first 50K. It was me and Grace at this point in time. We gave him 50K. He said, no problem. We sent our matric number to him. He said he'll help us do that. Don't worry, we'll graduate. The guy went, he was doing his thing. We'll text him how far. We'll say, yes, he's going to the around 9 p.m. He'll say that we should not, okay, he'll say we shouldn't call him during the day. We should only call him around 9 p.m. So we'll call him at 9 p.m. He'll say he's walking down to CSIS now, that they are working on it. They are working on it. After like 2 weeks, guy was scared though every fucking day. We just want to get a call that it's done. You guys will graduate so that we can tell our parents I'm going to graduate. But that anxiety, living that shit every day wasn't fun. I won't lie to you. So we were there, we're waiting every day. This guy will call, we say they're working on it. And one day he will say, there's a problem. They caught some people, this one, that one, this one, that one. Those current guys are not going to work. We'll be like, shit. You'll not be like, but there's another way. Send me this amount. Let me give this other guy. Bro, he prayed on our desperation. Period. So out of desperation, we'll be like, are you sure? You said, are you not trusting me? We sent him our money. I can't remember. I think in total we sent him, I'm not sure, but I think in total we sent him about 150,000 naira. In total. I'm not sure. I can't really recall the price or the amount, but
just like that.
Just took it and nothing. We still went back to finish covenant. Our parents eventually found out that we were going to spill. They cried, shouted on us.
How did your parents find out?
When graduation list now will come out.
I mean the second time.
It's I can't even recall, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Graduation list. I can't really recall because it's past me, man. My family has been through a lot though, from CE. They did not let Uri graduate. They now expelled him.
Show me say the way your mother for the look see you for eye that year, you don't read this.
No, we tried to tell her. It was until they expelled Uri that my mom started talking about she the way we used to talk about she. When we used to tell them that that school is dangerous, you'd be like, tell him, come on, he's a man of God school. Until after Uri got expelled, before she was now like, man, see, they are not good. That school, they are not good. But look at everything today. I don't even need my CU certificate. I don't need it. They can keep that shit. They can put it. I can even go there with full beard, like I want to bomb the school. I can go there just for fun to say, please, I want to collect. And let me see the rubbish they want to tell me that I should go and I'll say people are mad. I don't need that shit anymore. See, Sean is coming. Sean is coming here next month, potentially, by God's grace. He has gotten the cast and everything. He has done visa application. He's just waiting for his passport. And he'll be here in February. And he's going to the University of Bedfordshire. Progress. Ori is going to be here by God's grace by September. If he doesn't make it this September, he'll be here in January 2022. But you see how the progress is going just after we all just gave up on our school. I'm not saying that people made their life. That was the school for them. Kudos to them. I'm glad for you. But me, I fucking hate that school. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Yeah, I just don't care.
That's how I feel. I can't even remember how I felt or how my parents even found out. I just know I had so many painful memories in that school, There's so many painful points. Maybe after this semester, pain, another semester, pain, another semester, pain, just pain upon pain upon pain till I graduated. Like,
the way your pain is increasing.
And they were getting worse every term, every semester, every year. The pain was just getting worse, And then I got here. I did the first year, and I was acing my reports, and I'm like, you see, there's nothing hard in this whole education thing. It's not hard. You people are just bad. There's nothing there. And maybe I eventually now did a course that I could handle. I think that's another thing that hit me, and computer science wasn't my field. I won't lie. We just chose that shit out of preparation. At the end of the day, you see, the education thing is not difficult.
It's not difficult.
It's not.
It's not
And
easy.
I'm not even scared for it. I'm not. I know it's going to be fine. I know it's going to be all right. It's going to be where he wants to be. If I go back to Nigeria today, I'm going back with a shitload of certificates and degrees, and
Mm,
I'm good from British schools, you know.
mm,
So see, you can carry that fucking see that result is not even going to do me. I see for the few first job applications I did here, CE was there. Right now in my CV, I've removed CE.
see
That
you.
period, if they ask me what was that doing, I'll say I was working. I was working in my family's job. Is it for 7 years? I say yes.
Mm,
I scrapped that shit out of my CV because it's not needed. If
mm.
anything, it's only going to bring my CV down. You know,
Definitely, yeah. So, I mean, I don't really care. I mean, even though most of my experience, any good experience I had in that school was really just centered around. Now I think about that, centered around reflections. Nothing
that's
outside that was. I can't have any dreadful thoughts.
and the few girls I liked. Yeah, I
Even,
remember always
even
having to bath our brush just to go and see babe. That was fun. But continue.
not because that was never me. Even in me dating anybody, I was like just see if I didn't date anybody in that school, I won't. How would I even put it? Even people I dated, it was not like I went to go and look for them. Or
They found
just
you.
happened to be around where I was. And the Esther
Yeah,
of Toby, as she was in reflections too. Miss and Toby. Other than
you
if
dated to be.
sorry,
You
Rev,
dated to be.
Miss and Rev. What is it with it? Do you know something I don't
I think say in a date and I know you and me.
Miss and Rev. And other than that, and even now, or it's not like I was going to start looking for her somewhere. I met her in church. Other than I'm not gonna person that does be
Who?
who or yeah.
Alright. Is she
I'm not
like
I'm,
alright?
I'm not the kind of person that will just be like just gallivant. I just like I no go no.
No
If
go
I'm
check,
going out,
babe.
I'm going out to have fun with possibly myself, however
You
I'm
know
going.
what you know what I realized? I'm over all this texting shit, man. I'm tired. Even I tried recently to chat somebody up and
Mm,
just after like 2 days, man, I felt tired. Like,
mm,
why do I have to go through this stress? Let's just meet. If we click, we click. You get that kind of thing. I think it's better that way, be with someone or maybe be around someone, and then you guys just click and things build, from there. I'm tired of having that intention to go out and find a girl. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. They at the hunt, babe. I don't know how guys do that shit, man.
I
I
mean,
don't.
no,
I don't.
no. Maybe what it takes is just for you to just meet that one girl that'll push you enough to go and
No, but at the end of the day, I don't. I've seen many pretty girls online.
mm.
I've seen many. Fine, you get.
Maybe it's your priorities, your
I'm
priority.
more about the personality now.
Mm,
I'm more about that. Obviously, I still have my specs. You should look like this. You
yeah,
should look like this. You should have that. You should
yeah.
have that.
I
But
feel
I think I'm more about the personality.
I feel
I've
the same.
seen so many pretty girls online with zero personality, and I'm like, man, this shit is not going to work.
I
No
feel
matter how pretty you are, you get.
I feel
No matter how pretty you are. So I'm beyond all this chatting shit now, man. I'm tired.
I feel
Now I'm a man. I'm looking for the traditional way. Yeah, maybe we meet somewhere and we click. You get. I know that whoever I meet or I end up with now will start with a very, very interesting conversation. That's how we'll get along, and that's how we'll know that okay, yes, I'm clicking with this person. And it's not chat.
have you considered dating apps?
Bro, I've tried, man. I'm tired. I've tried.
What was the experience like?
Um So I met this Jamaican babe.
Jamaica.
I met this Jamaican babe, and what even happened, Seth? I I know I just know that after the first time we met, I wasn't just feeling it again, and things just died down,
Mm.
and now we're not talking again today. You get, but I think the fact that we met, she was the only straightforward person, and I think that's the reason why we even met in the first place. Because she was straightforward. Like she wanted to meet, she wanted to talk, she wanted to see. I feel that's how things should go. But besides the fact of safety,
Yeah,
if safety is your reason, that's perfectly justified for every girl. If
yeah,
you want to talk to someone just to know if it's safe for you to meet the person,
yeah.
that's fine. But other than that, I don't see you getting to know someone better or who they really are on a dating app or while texting.
Mm.
I don't see it work. I don't think it works that way. There are people that can do it, but I know that you are not going to know the real me until you meet
It's a
me.
big gamble. It's a big gamble.
You're not going to know the real me until you meet me in person. You're
Yeah.
not. You're not going to know it. I can put up whatever pictures I have on it, online, and I even feel it's unfair to judge people online. I just feel it's unfair, but people do it, and that's fine. I won't judge you online. I'll meet you first, and let's see where things go from there.
I mean, I'll judge you if I'm already getting some terrible. I'm like, okay. If I get some very terrible, unmistaken vibes from me, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, there's that too.
But I won't be like, oh, you seem I'm very amazing online, then it must be amazing in person.
No. Things can easily go south if you think that way. Just prepare for the worst.
Yeah. Ginga said, this is the reason why people are still single. We are tired. People are tired of going out.
But that facts though.
I feel like there's looking how I put it. I feel like there is a lot of there's a stigma that is associated with looking where you frequently are, like looking for maybe a significant other where you frequently are, because people say things like, "Oh, they don't want to date anybody they work with. They don't want to date anybody they go to church with. There's too much jam and everything." But but
Those ones
then
are
I'm
weird
like,
rules.
but then I'm like, if you say your association and your the way you move around, the way you live your life is a reflection of who you are, then anything makes sense that in order to meet someone that isn't the same as you but complements you in some way, so you have some similarities, you have some you're like in a lot of ways. Wouldn't it make sense to also at most consider where you frequent,
People
like
people
your
in
church
your
or
association.
your work or people you hang out with or just maybe some friend you have or something?
To be honest, that's as safe as it gets, to be fair. That's for your emotional health. That's as safe as it gets. Although it's not a guarantee, though,
Yeah,
but
of course.
it's as safe as it gets. That's basically like the best option you can even take. People in your close, not like your close circle, but like you said, people you associate with. I'm even leaning away from dating apps currently because man, you meet all type of people on that shit.
You meet all types of
You meet all type of people. So especially this place. My friend that he met someone online, and so my friend is kind of like I think he just wants to knock. So he met this girl online, this white girl, and I think he tried to kiss her, and the girl was like, why now? That what if I'm a dragon?
yeah, glow shiver boy. So
No,
injury.
did you hear what I said? She said, what if I'm a dragon?
Mm.
That's what he said. And then I think one day she drives, so she came to pick him. She said, let's just drive around. And then they drove around, and he parked at a cemetery. He parked at a cemetery, and they were talking. My guy said that as he got home, he went to his box because he came from Nigeria with me. He
I
went to
don't
look
know
for
it.
this. He went to look for this sticker that his mom put in the box. He went to look for the church sticker and put it on his door like this.
Oh my god, bro. That's crazy.
Oh no, man.
So that when they give
Nah.
it to you see, I am a winner. Shoot.
So I've not seen the girl since then. Now. I think
Oh
he's blocked
god.
her number or something.
That's
He didn't waste time. I remember I went to his house. I just saw the sticker. Like, what's going on? He put like three on his door.
oh god, man. I mean, that's how some people operate. Okay.
Bro, you mean weird people, man. You
Every
do.
new year they put the new sticker on their house door, car on their car bumper. They'll put it everywhere to be securing to secure every property they have.
Yeah. In my
Yes.
mind, when I was small, anytime they do put all those sticker and Papa says you should do sprinkling, I just imagine one force field. We just go over the house. It made me feel safe to be fair. I feel like I'm nothing, they enter this place. Nothing, we don't put anointing up for the gate. But that's how she is go down there.
It was funny because the other day I was even looking out the window of this room. And I noticed a smudge on the window that why is it? I looked very from that angle. It felt the cross. I went to that window. I saw somebody had come to the anointing oil to. So I was like, shit. Okay, I mean, if they believe and if they believe that God is supposed to die, they did it. They
Well,
believe
that was
in my life. So
yeah. Well, that's why I'm leaning away from all these dating apps because man, and then COVID has made matters worse. I feel like if there was in lockdown, and I was meeting people at work and I was meeting people at school, it's have been fun. You get to meet different types of people. Even when I got here earlier, we went for a few parties because we have this MDX house. It's basically like a living room. There's a bar at the back. There's a snooker table, pool table, and there are just drinks everywhere. And at night, that place literally turns into like a mini club. So we went there and, we were meeting people. We got rejected a couple of times, but we met
oh,
people.
yeah, niggas forget that is a big possibility. That the game. Not everybody will like you. Nobody thinks you're cute. Not
Fact.
everybody thinks
And
you're
it's just fact.
cute.
I was watching KSI's Tinder in real life. Have you
Mm.
seen that shit? That shit is so funny. I was watching it, and I was looking at like at some of the girls, and there were people they chose, there are people they didn't choose, and then another girl will come, and then she'll choose some other people that the other girl, and in my mind I'm like, it's different for everyone, people
Yes.
like different things, people see people differently, so not everyone is going to like you, and it's just fact.
Yes,
Not
sir.
everyone you're going to walk up to is going to tell you yes. Forget all those secret talking to a girl technique. Yes, those things work in terms of confidence. It's kind of like the more balls you shoot, the more goals
Yeah,
you score.
yeah,
That's all that shit
yeah,
does. It
yeah.
gives you more confidence. But
That makes
forget it. Not every girl is going to be
that
into
makes sense.
you, no matter how much you look like. As hot as Michael B. Jordan is to so many girls, there are girls I don't think he's all that.
Yeah.
There are girls I don't think he's all that. And some girls, if you pass now, they'll start vibrating. But it's not like that, So not everyone is going to be with you, and it's something I had to learn later on in my dating life, in sense. So we walked up to a lot of girls there, and some of them we got snubbed, but it was all right. We were meeting people at least. And I feel like if we had the luxury of going through all that experience throughout the whole year, you know, your boyfriend don't get a British passport by now.
My papa don't run papers. Oh, good, that's
but that's basically it, man. I just don't feel Tinder and everything. So
right. She's not for everybody, so.
my Tinder experience hasn't been all that. I don't even use it that much anymore. I don't use it that much anymore. Although there's this girl that I've been talking to. I met her in one of these dating apps. We never met. We follow each other on IG now. We're just talking. We like similar things, and we're just talking. It's it's going. It's happening in a very unconventional way. Most of the time you expect to go out on dinner. Maybe like after the third time you guys maybe make out, but no, it's none of this is happening. We're talking about movies. We're laughing. It's
Your timing, man. People time men to make up.
people die now, guy. I've seen so many people that plot all these things that
So
the
they say
first day. No, no, this is how they say. They say when they swipe you, or when you match, don't text, don't text for like maybe 1 hour, so that it will make you look testy. And then after you text her, they say talk this way, don't show her this side of you, don't do this, don't do that, and after that, ask her out on a date. If she says no, and maybe there are steps to this, and I'm like, why am I doing trigonometry all over again? Like, what the fuck is all this? what are people plotting? It's just stress, man. This is simply stress. Mental gymnastics, period. Yes.
mental gymnastics.
My guy did something one day. Is he still there? Victor. Victor is there. Is he still there? Let me know if he makes a comment. But Victor, I'm going to open your ears now. So Victor is dating someone now, and this is how he met her. They matched on Tinder, and it was like, hey, send me a number, let's FaceTime. She was like, now? He said, yes. And she sent it at this time, FaceTime. In my mind, I'm like, I was like,
The babe said no.
if I try that shit, a girl can say, are you mad?
They might never respond. Man.
You get, he was just being normal, he wasn't trying to go through any mental gymnastic, and it clicked for him. Not saying that is going to work every time you try it, obviously not. The amount of times, or the probability of that even happening on your reg is like one. It's so low. It's probably not going to happen every time, but it worked for him, because he was just natural at that point in time. Imagine if he said, "Hey,"
natural.
Imagine say, "Hey, how's your day going? What did you do today?" You still be there till like next week.
Mama be talking to himself in that. He was talking to himself in that DM.
Oh God, IG. Do you know how many girls I've sent DM?
I can never do that.
That if you check my DM like this, you just check their name, you see your message like this line up like 7.
It can never be me. It can never be me. If I text you, that's even that second text. It takes the out of me. But after that second text, man, it's all right.
I've deleted everything. I don't want to see them again. Ooh. Man, but
you're talking to yourself in the DMs, man.
Yeah, it's never that deep. I think people just want to date so bad out of peer pressure. They don't let things happen naturally. They don't get to know people. Their goal is not even actually to learn about people. To learn about whoever they're being.
Fascinating.
It's fun. It's really fun.
But especially someone that is not receiving all that. It's interesting.
It's fun.
It's very very interesting.
A lot of people rush to do all those things, and they're just pressured, and they get the whole thing wrong. And even when they meet people that may be right for them, people that they will get along, they end up chasing them away because they're doing going about the whole thing the wrong way. These things should be natural, it should be normal. But albeit or even with all that said, I think there is also a proper way to go about things. There are things to say that are right, and there are things you shouldn't be saying. There's a way to approach it. There's a way to be, what's the word? Well, I don't want to use the word gentleman because that's just a weird term.
Shout out to Confido, I do
gentleman. I do gentleman. But there's a way to just approach all these things, And I think that is another thing that could give you props if you're trying to get to know someone.
Mm. Mm.
You know, it's kind of like maybe if you meet a girl in the club, you're obviously not going to start to try to like you saw her, she sees you, you people are dancing, your place is loud. You're not going to try and have a conversation with her there. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, no, no,
And it's something I used to do a lot. How are you?
you
How are you?
you know,
My name is Bolu.
oh no.
Do you want to drink?
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
It doesn't just make any sense, you
You'll
know.
be shouting.
And she'll be
Now, my
like,
thinking is nobody looks
what?
attractive when they're shouting.
I didn't hear you. You'll be like, I said my name is Bolu. That
See, the thing is, nobody looks attractive when they're shouting, one. And two, no matter how nice you try to talk, when you're shouting, you just lose it. You just sound like one conductor. So
yeah,
you just
true.
don't put your best foot forward.
Another bad thing people do in clubs is when a girl is dancing and you're not good to her back.
Oh,
Did I
wow.
just tell about my friend
It makes me
that I
cringe.
met here that he went he I told you now the last time I told you that we went clubbing that there was a white girl that was with us, and because of the white girl,
Yeah.
yeah, that's basically what that my guy did. He was going near every girl, and they one girl had to stop him and say, "See, leave her alone. She doesn't want to dance with you." She legit had to tell him to stop because it was embarrassing. So that's another thing you don't do.
Yeah, I felt comfortable to tell him like, guy, stop this thing now.
Exactly. It's
Would you have
bad.
felt comfortable telling him?
To
Tell him that, guy, stop this thing now. Why you just go behind every girl?
First of all, he's someone I already had issues with, so
Okay.
it was a joy seeing him get rejected like that.
So you will enjoy it.
Yes, I was like, oh wow, this is good. This is a good gist. So, but if it was maybe any of my other guy, I think I'd have told him, I'd have given him they're not feeling, just stop that kind of shit. If it was my personal guy, you know. And I don't think any of my guys I know would do something like that. Any of my real guys, like Victor down there, if he's still there, Victor won't do something like this. Victor is a smooth guy. So,
Mm.
but last, I know I'll still end up getting married. I just don't know when, and I'm not rushing. But I will find someone. It's only a matter of time. But I think for now, I think I want to do me first. I want to settle. I want to get my life in order before I say, oh, yeah, let me take care of somebody and our children. you know, I think I want to set myself down
That's
first.
my
Nowadays, there's so many girls I see, and I'm like, wow, this is a really pretty girl, and I wouldn't mind approaching this girl. But in my mind, I'm like, but just wait, Bolo. Just wait. No, no. No, no, no. Go and sort your shit out.
made the money land on it.
Exactly. I have that leash. That leash is there now, and I can control myself. Back then, I for done, I for done message already.
If I don't go behind it,
I for done message.
yeah, just imagine your guy.
Yeah, like what was your goal? Like, what's your goal? 90% of girls that you do that to will reject you.
Definitely.
90%. Maybe just a small amount. Just a small
Definitely.
amount. So, like I was saying, there's just a better way to go about all these things, that will give you a higher chance.
Mm.
And most of the time, something my brother told me, he said nowadays he doesn't even talk to a girl because he wants, nowadays guys are wired in a way that every girl they talk to, something sexual or something intimate must occur. And it shouldn't be.
You
You should
shouldn't be
try to get to know people for just being people. The same way you meet your guys, you should try to meet girls that way too.
there.
Nothing, no strings attached. It could pop up later, fine, but try to get to know people first. You don't know what they could offer you besides love and relationship.
Mm.
It could be a
Not,
business deal.
not everybody you're even attracted to has to be like, not everybody. I feel like a lot of people make this mistake. Not everybody that you like or have or feel attracted to has to be turned into some romantic relationship. Sometimes you get us to recognize that they can be
You guys
friends,
are you guys are
or we
good as
can just
friends.
chill. We don't
You
have to.
benefit more from each other
Yeah.
as friends.
Sometimes we can be friends. We might never need to be talking every day because yeah, we're very attracted to each other. But still, it doesn't have to be to turn to some
Romantic every time.
romantic endeavor.
I think that's another thing guys need to learn, man. Not be everything now hormones. Everything is not hormones, man.
Everything is not punched.
Oh my god.
No round up. My guy, thanks for coming.
Man, we thank God.
I appreciate you. This was nice.
Yeah, it's always good to catch up and to gist. And to be fair, when we were about to start, I was like, which I would talk, oh boy.
No, you
In my
don't
mind, I'm like,
exactly.
in my mind, I'm like, man, it will come naturally.
It will
And
come
you see,
naturally. Don't worry about that shit, man.
things will flow, and you have your own unique, interesting topics. But it's
Things
all
will
good,
flow.
though.
Things will flow.
Next game night, invite me.
Yeah, but yeah, you know what? Even Compu responded to the like when I reposted the bio of my story. First of all, he Compu said, "I'm going to do bolo eyes."
I'm dead. My
But God,
guys, my guys, they roast me.
guy, that they roast you. Like, even Miss Auntie texted me. But
Oh
but
my
like
god.
I was asking, like, a lot of people ask me this question each time I invite somebody or whatever. Like, so what's the topic? I'm like, there's no topic. Even if
No,
I might even have things in mind, but I want to like tell you to just come up with a conversation. If it does, sometimes it doesn't.
but to be fair, I actually knew that it was going to be like things were just going to flow. But when you're put on the spot like that, sometimes you can't just help but think that what
Mm,
impression do I want to leave?
mm,
I really fuck that shit. Whoever is gonna like me is gonna like me. Whoever doesn't want to like me,
mm.
okay, let me not do it on live YouTube. But
You know what? I feel like see you're touching into things that are going in my head because I understand that and I tell myself okay even if somebody comes down here and they may feel uncomfortable, they may feel a little bit professional in a certain way, at least by after 20 minutes, they should have loosened up. Yes.
sure.
And that's one of the things that has made me kind of go in the direction I'm in. One of the things that made me go from Instagram live where people are saying, okay, I'm live, I'm seeing the number of people that are watching, I'm seeing the comments right there, or and it made me come to this, and I can then handpick people I want to talk to. If I'm talking to people, one more person, it will make me end up like this, showing my
Yeah.
bench, showing my lights, because then it almost even just like a FaceTime call for the most part. You won't tell people that people are.
I remember when I was on IG one time that I was on live with you and we're talking, and then I was not seeing because if I go live, it will tell all my followers that I'm live. So some of my followers are not telling me. I'm like some babes that I was dodging. I'm like, oh more. You guys really see it, but my eye will go to that top right when somebody jumps in. I'm like, more. This babe doesn't.
You see when somebody joins, but now check to see if the number reduces. Where?
And then sometimes
Oh god,
maybe somebody that maybe it was something casual, so maybe I'll just wear my sweat and I didn't comb my hair and I was in my bed, and then somebody that I'm trying to shoot my shot at will just enter. I'll be like, oh more, I never comb hair. I'll call it like this. Yeah, so yeah.
You know what? That's funny because I feel like I remember one or two nights that come on there. I've actually been like, the one that said, what's going on with Bulu? That's what they do now. So
That's well, like you said, just be calm, be yourself.
yeah.
Nowadays, I don't give a fuck. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, I'm sorry. That's just how life goes. Me say, it's not everybody I like, Abby.
Mm.
So
I feel like it's even better to just I mean, yes, to an extent, yeah. I mean, technically, when you meet people, to an extent, you try to put your best foot forward.
yeah, obviously, be the
be
best
your
version,
best self.
be the
Yeah,
best version of yourself.
be your best self.
Obviously,
Be yourself. Yeah, the worst that can happen is you fuck up, but then you learn from the fuck up and then you bounce back. And
let
that's
nobody
what.
call you fake. That's one thing. I don't like being referred to as being fake.
I don't want. I don't want.
See me for who I am. See me for everything. I used to be very, very paranoid about snoring. Right? I used to feel like, oh, I know they snore. If I see somebody snoring, I'm like, I know they snore. I know this. I can't ever snore. You get that kind of shit. And one day, somebody was it my brother with my bully snoring. I said, it's a lie. I said, it's a lie. Snore. It's a lie. You can't tell me rubbish. I didn't mean snore. It was one day that I don't know. I kind of like heard myself while I was sleeping.
Yeah, you got
It was weird. I heard myself now. I'm like, I woke up like, shit.
Yes.
So in my mind, I was not like telling myself that maybe I was tired. I have to
maybe
admit, very tired. So my new excuse was no more I don't snore. It was I only snore when I'm tired.
Which is kind of like you sleep when you're tired, so like
it doesn't make sense. But then after I'm like, fuck that shit, man. Nothing day. I snore. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Well, now so we see him, bro. And I realized that even if you snore, whoever is going to like you, whoever even loves you, forget even girls, even if it's your friend, family, they're going to love you whether you snore or not. It's not a big deal.
They might find it annoying, but they'll love you regardless.
Yes, they'll love you regardless, and that's just a fact. You learn for love is where you learn to compromise, not completely, not stupidly, but with sense. You have to leave because you too. People are tolerating something about you. People are choosing to live with something they don't like about you. Nobody's perfect, and it's period. I think that's my last punchline before the whole thing ends. Had to leave it a bang.
All right, my guy.
Nice one, man.
Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate you.
Thank God. I didn't think I'll be here as when you told me earlier today, or was it this morning that you asked me? Was it yesterday? Yeah, I didn't think
I bust up yesterday, but you were ghosting me. I was really thinking.
No, it wasn't deliberate. To be fair, that night I was already sleeping, so I saw the message. I don't know if this has happened to you, where you're sleepy, you see a message, you want to reply, but you're like, let me just close my eyes for a bit before I reply, and then you just kind of like crash to tomorrow. And I'm this kind of person that if I miss your message, it takes a while before I reply because I'm not always online, that kind of shit. But anyhow, just change my mind. Like, let me do this. It's been a while.
You just changed your mind. We're honored. Thanks for gracing us with your presence.
Well, I had fun. I'm happy I did, to be fair. I'm happy I was able to talk about stuff, With the way things have been going on over here, it's not every day you get to talk to people,
Yeah.
And
definitely.
On the phone, it's just not it, It's good as we're seeing ourselves, and internet is good. I'm not using Glo. You're not using MTN.
Honestly, that's my reservation with asking a lot of people in Nigeria, to be honest, because except I have had experience with your internet in the past. That's what even prompted me to ask Bumi for the game night last week if he could come on, and he didn't have lights. That is lamp, but luckily his internet was good, and all of us because we're in Nigeria. For some, he struck. We're like, how is Bumi sweating? Now she trusts. We're like, oh, there's no lights, guy. Like the fact that is not even a reality for us anymore.
Yo, Nigeria, that country will embarrass you.
You open your ears.
guys, can you remember that Drake's challenge? What's that challenge again? Something to what's that switch one?
I just hit the switch. Then the route change clothes.
It's not the Nigerian one where the guy sits here and said, never. Never.
I saw that one. Yeah, I saw that one, man.
He said, never. Light no green on back. They don't carry lights.
That's the reality of shit.
Yeah, but it's all good, Cham.
It's all good. It's all good.
Next game nights, I want to be there. It's been long since I spoke to Aura, so if you hear from her, say hi. And Dami too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
You go see where we see now. You go get your sketches.
I beg go, please. I need some before 10 tomorrow. So whatever you have ready, just send. Guy, which one you look left? You get one. You get one. You have one. This guy's killed me. This guy's killed me.
I guess you get half at least.
You never draw two, so this guy.
I mean, you never know.
No, I'll maybe sad things go, but it's all good. I wanted to say something, but I forgot to, bro. Let me ask you. Anywho, nice one, bro.